I go down to the pharmacy one day. I have to buy pain medication for my mother. So I get there with the script. The woman's behind the counter. She's like, "Hi, sir, can I help you with anything?" I said, "Yes, I need to fill this prescription, please." She goes, "Okay, sir, let me just check there. That's for Mrs. Noah?" I said, "Yes, yes." "Okay, dear, hold on, miss. Oh, I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any stock there." So, "What do you mean, no stock?" She says, "Yeah, we got nothing of that medicine." She says, "Okay, well, when are you getting more?" "Oh, we're not going to get for a few months, eh? There's a back order problem." "Okay, so what do you..." "My mom, she needs the pain medication." She says, "Yeah, I'm sorry." "Oh, just joking." Hey, you should have seen your face, eh? I've also got jokes there, Trevor. I'm like, "You got jokes? My mom is in pain. She's been shot. You got jokes? This is not the time, but what the hell? It's not funny, lady. This is too soon. This is too soon." It's too soon. Hospitals. I'm not a fan. Now I had to go back for my surgery, voice surgery, one of the most stressful days of my life. I'm there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting in the waiting area. There's a woman who checks you in for your surgery. She's not friendly at all. She's not even trying to make people feel good. She's like, "Next." We'll come up, "Next." It's my turn. I get there. She's like, "Name?" I said, "Trevor." She's like, "Trevor." "Say name." I said, "Noah." "Noah." "Noah?" "Trevor Noah." I said, "Yes." "Trevor Noah?" I said, "Yes." "The comedian. The one who's making the jokes, eh?" "Yeah." "Jokes about us when we're on strike, eh?" "No, not that one. Not that one. This one. It's another one. It's not me. It's another one." She's like, "Yeah. Yeah, you are here now, eh? It's not funny now, eh?" "No, it's not funny. It's not funny." She's like, "Yeah. Where's your jokes now?" So they're in the car. They're in the... "Eh?" "Oh, nothing. Funny guy. So what you want here? Eh? You got a surgery?" "Yes." "Why are you talking like that? What's wrong?" "I've got a thing in them." "Oh, the voice is broken. Eh? Did you break something? We pull them down. Eh? What's wrong? It's sore." I said, "Yeah." Oh, I'm sorry. It's sore." She's like, "Oh, you want the medicine?" I said, "Yeah, please." "Okay, let me just check." "Oh, they say laughter is the best medicine, eh?" "Yeah. So why don't you just make a joke and fix there, eh? Yeah, just make a joke inside, funny guy, eh? Fun. Even me, I can do it for you. I can make a joke, eh? I can fix there. Knock, knock. Who's there? Nobody. Yeah. Funny. Next. It's not funny. It's my life. Oh, welcome, guys. Welcome. Just in time. Just started the show. Did he just ask you, what did I miss? Why are you guys so late? What happened? Eish. See, patience. Eish. Late. I'm bit. Eish. Hamba. Luckily, the voice surgery was a success. I had a great doctor. I was blessed enough to be able to heal. And I can do the shows again. The most important thing, though, is the tea. As weird as it sounds, I have to drink it. It's a mixture of rooibos, lemon, honey, ginger, sea salt, and bicarb. Disgusting, but it works. Which is great. I can do my shows in South Africa. I can do my shows in Southern Africa, which is fantastic. I started doing that, going out into Africa. Have you ever been into Africa, sir? No. What's your name, if you don't mind me asking? Gerard. Never been out into Africa? No. The reason I say into Africa is because this is not Africa. No. South Africa is not. This is Africa light, guys. This is. Don't get it twisted. When I say Africa, I mean Africa, like Africa. No jokes. No white people. Nothing. It's just you in the streets, Gerard. Just you. You see one other white person, you get happy. Yeah. It's a reflection. I've started doing shows out there, Gerard, you know. Places like Namibia, fantastic. Botswana as well, beautiful. Wanted to go to Zimbabwe, but I skipped it. No, because I don't want to die. That's the only reason. You laugh, but I mean this. Because you can't make jokes about Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. If you do this, then you get arrested and sent to prison for mocking the president, right? And so I know I would go there and I wouldn't be able to resist. Like, I'd just be like, hey, my style. And then I'm in jail. Which normally wouldn't be such a bad thing, because what would happen in an international incident like that is normally your president would just come there and then he would ask for you to be released and taken back to your country. That's all. But now, I don't know if that guy would come and fetch me. I can see him sending Mugabe the email now. It's fine, Bob. Keep him. So I'm not taking any. Some of you may or may not know, I have a new job. This is great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, so that's fun. Phoned my grandmother to tell her the good news, which was really cool. I don't think she understood what was going on, but still she was happy. Phoned my gran and she was on the phone. I was like, Granny, I'm going to be on the Daily Show. And she's like, ooh, Trevor, I'm so happy for you. You got a job. I said, no, Gogo, no, I already had a job, Gogo. I already had a job. She's like, no, you didn't. Did you have an office? I said, no. She's like, then it wasn't a job. Well done, Trevor. My mom was a bit better. I phoned her. She was on the ball. You know, she was really excited for me. And to give you a bit of a backstory, I have two younger brothers. Right? I have one brother is 9 years younger than me, and then the youngest is 20 years younger than me. And so the youngest one, who's 11, just became head boy of his school. He's the head prefect at his school, right? Yeah, so then, no, please don't, no, this is my show, you don't clap for him. Please, they didn't clap for me at his, please. I work hard for my applause, please, guys. So anyway, so I phoned my mom. I phoned my mom to tell her my good news. And I'm on the phone with her and I'm like, Mom, this is happening. She's like, oh, baby, I'm so happy for you. Oh, this is so wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy. This is so great. Oh, and did you hear what happened with your brother? He became head boy at his school. Oh, I'm so happy. Both my boys are doing big things. And I was like, yeah. Some things are bigger than others. She's like, no, baby, it's all the same to me. It's all the same. I was like, you say that, but I mean, you know. I mean, you know, if you had to choose. She's like, okay, fine, I'll be honest. You were never a prefect, so. Damn it! That's when I wish I had a physical phone. Yeah? That's when I wish I had a landline. You know, I have those landline moments in my life where I wish I had an old school phone so I could slam it down. Young people will never know the joy of slamming a phone at the end of a call. Like, cell phones have robbed us of that. That feeling, you know, where you get to tell the person, screw you! Bah! Ah, it feels so good. They feel it on the other end, like, ah! It's like you punch them in the ear. Now with phones, you've robbed of all of that. You know, there's no sense of power. Screw you! That's all you have. And you can't even press the screen hard because you're scared you're going to crack your own phone. You don't... I hate cell phones so much. I think they're robbing us of our intelligence. I honestly believe cell phones are going to be the reason that human beings devolve. We're going back to the Stone Ages because of those things. Everything about them is turning us into apes again. Neanderthals. I was looking at my thumbs the other day. I spend so much time texting and sending messages that I feel like they've started curling over like monkeys' hands. I've gotten really good at typing and grabbing branches. Everything about those phones is robbing us of our humanity. We were proud because we evolved, we stand, we walk tall. And then we got our phones. And now every day we spend like this. And over time we're gonna go back down. Have you tried to have a conversation with someone on their phone? Literally sounds like a caveman. Just we've lost it. We don't know how to communicate anymore. Now we use those emojis for everything. Emoji, 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 emoji. No one even uses words. Send a paragraph to your friend. Had a great day, did this. It was so funny. They reply, hey. And did you hear? She died. Whoo. That's it. No words. Emojis are basically the cave drawings of 2015. Yeah, we judge cavemen. We think they were primitive because we couldn't find any words in their pictures. Someone's going to think the same thing of us. The way we look at cavemen and go, oh, look at them, they couldn't write. Oh, the caveman, he was so simple. Oh, and he was hunting, and he had a family. Oh, simple. Someone's going to see our messages in 1,000 years. Be like, oh, look at that. Oh, the people of 2015, simple. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, they laughed, and they cried. Oh. Sometimes they laughed until they cried. Yeah. Some of them were blind in one eye, yeah. But that didn't stop them from having fun. Aww. And there were monkeys that didn't talk. Aww. Monkeys that didn't listen. Aww. And they were always dancing in red dresses. Aww. 2015, a simple time. We don't communicate anymore. Got our emojis. Phones are making us dumb. I fear most for women, you know, the most intelligent of our species. Yeah. And I fear for you. I fear, ladies. I fear for what the selfie has done to you. Women are obsessed with selfies. The average woman spends 50% of her day thinking about when she can take the next selfie. That's all she's thinking about. Oh, let's take a selfie. Oh, let's take a selfie. Let's take a selfie now. Let's take a selfie. Take a selfie of me taking a selfie of you. Oh, this is great. Selfieception. I love it. Everyone's just in there. Selfie, 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 selfie. And you know what's fine? The pictures look great. The pictures look great. Instagram. Oh, like my picture. Like my... Yeah, it looks normal. But have you seen what it looks like when someone makes a selfie? It is the creepiest thing you've ever seen in your life. A normal woman sitting by herself, having lunch, doing whatever she's doing. And all of a sudden she'll look at her phone and something in her head goes weird and she transforms into a selfie monster. She literally just be there looking at her phone, going through stuff, and all of a sudden she's like... Just randomly took a picture, caught off guard. Hashtag I woke up like this. Hashtag no you didn't. Hashtag you crazy. Hashtag stop that shit. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you... There's two things I've learned living in America. It's you respect the flag and you respect the anthem. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but I follow the rules. No, the reason I say I don't know what it means is because it's confusing. You'll meet a lot of people who are like, you respect the flag. And I get it, but then I'll see those same people on July 4th and they'll be wearing the flag as underwear. Does that count? Yeah, you looked up and you were like, that flag, these balls. I mean, I would never suggest changing any of it. The anthem, oh, not never the anthem. Even though it could, maybe it could do with a little change, you know? It is a very violent anthem. You know, and America struggles with a lot of violence, maybe like a softer anthem, because it is, it's a violent anthem. It's the only anthem I've ever heard that has bombs blowing up in it. Yeah, there are bombs and rockets in your national anthem. It's like a Michael Bay movie in a song. Everything just blowing up in slow motion. And it's almost like you're threatening other countries as well. You know, it's just like, yeah, bombs bursting and the rockets were flaring. Try us. It's like a gangster rap, to be honest. It really is. I feel like the American anthem is like a gangster rap. You know, it has all the same elements. It has the violence, has the threats. You know how much it's similar to a gangster rap? The American anthem is the only anthem where you can put the word bitch at the end of any line, and the song still makes sense. Gave proof through the night, that our flag was still there, bitch. I love the American national anthem, I won't lie. It's exciting, and I know all the words. I didn't try and learn the words, but I know the words. It's just one of those songs that you hear so much that you know it, you know? Sort of like, nationwide is on your side, like same thing. I don't want to know that, I don't need to know that. Yeah, I wish I could reclaim the space in my brain, but it's there. America's national anthem is like that, because you hear it so much in America. You know, this is the only country I've ever lived in where you play the national anthem when there is no other country in attendance. Yeah, it would be like basketball games, football games, beer pong games, national anthem. Which I know is normal if you've lived in America all your life. You're like, well, what other way is there, Trevor? Well, I'll tell you, as somebody who comes from the rest of the world, that's not a thing. It's not. Most places in the world, you play the national anthem like maybe once a year on like a national event, or when you're competing against another country. That's when you play it, right? Because the other country's there, and you have to prove to your country that you're loyal. That's why you sing the song, you know, because countries are very insecure. You have to reassure them, constantly reassuring. They should go to therapy, deal with their attachment issues, but they don't. You only realize how insecure countries are when you leave your country. Have you ever left and come back? Have you seen the questions your country asks you? So insecure, so jealous, just like, where have you been? Huh? Where have you been? Which countries, huh? So what, you have another country now? Huh? Is that what you're doing? Huh? Which stamps are these? Let me see, who's been stamping your passport? Let me see your passport. You're like, yeah, damn country. Let me get my privacy. That's why in most places you only sing the anthem when there's another country in attendance. Only time you do it. Because that's what it's for. Make your country feel good. All right? You know what national anthems are in many ways? National anthems are the geopolitical equivalent of that thing women do to us men. Like, ladies, you know that trick you have for that man in your life? Like, whenever his ego is bruised and you have to try and heal it. Yeah? Every woman in this room has a trick that works on every man. Yeah, and right now I know a lot of the women are like, shut up, Trevor, shut up, 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 shut up. It's a beautiful, subtle technique. Yeah. You'll be out having lunch or something, and some guy will come up to the table, he's buff, works out, you know, looks really good. He's like, oh my God, Michelle? It's like, oh, Justin? Oh my God, wow, how are you? And you're there like, who the hell is Justin? What's going on? He's like, this is crazy, I can't believe this, twice in 2 weeks? And you're there like, twice? When was once? Who is this? I know, oh my God, oh, how are you? I'm doing good, man, we gotta catch up sometime. We gotta talk about college. I was thinking about it the other day. We were so crazy in college. You remember that night? And you're like, you went to college? What's going on here? She can feel your ego slowly withering like a raisin in the sun. And she won't look at you. She won't make anything big out of it. She'll continue the conversation, but they'll gently just put their hand on your thigh and then just start rubbing it. She'll carry on like nothing's happening. I know, those were crazy. I mean, I was a cheerleader. I mean, what are you gonna do, you know? It's just one of those. And then the hand is there going, shh, 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 shh. It's okay. It's okay, you're a big man. Strong man, that's right. There's no other men in the world, just you. Look at you, wow. What a big man, yeah. Who, this guy? I don't even know who he is. Oh yeah, no, with his muscles. Oh, I don't like muscles, no. Oh, I hate muscles, they're disgusting. Look at him, all working out and everything's in shape and bulging. No, it's disgusting. What, 6-packs? No, I don't want a 6-pack. I don't like 6-packs, that's why I like you. Boop. That's what a national anthem is. You reassuring your country. The American anthem is such an interesting one, you know? Everything that represents America is the anthem. America has the most fun anthem rules in the world. Only country in the world where you're allowed to sing the anthem however you want. However you want. You can't do that anywhere else. Everywhere else in the world, the anthem is the way it is written. It's boring, and that's the point. You can't just change it. In America, you can do whatever you please. I noticed it the first time. First time I really noticed it was at a basketball game. It was the New York Knicks, and they were playing against the Toronto Raptors, right? And because the Raptors are from Canada, they had to play 2 national anthems before the game, which is rare. And so that we're in the arena, and everyone's like, and then the voice comes on. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the Canadian national anthem. And everybody stood. And then they just played like a tape somewhere. Yeah, you could tell they didn't care. And it was the song, the Canadian song. It's always the same. It's like, oh, Canada, that is the native song. I've missed song. And something brings us back to do. You know the song, man. I don't have time for that. Whatever. They sang the Canadian anthem. They were done. And then the announcer came back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please stay standing for the American national anthem. And that's my favorite part. Yeah, the lights will go dark. Someone walks to the middle of the arena. It's always so intense. Complete silence. The dawn, early what's so proud? Why are you trying to make the anthem sexy? What are you doing? What are you doing? I never understand that. Why are you trying to make it a sexy song? You'll never be in England and see someone like, remix, God save the Queen, God save the Queen. I save the Queen with sexy sex. Come on, save the Queen. Let's save the Queen with sexy sex. Come on, save that Queen. It's been a good week. It's been a crazy week. Oh my goodness. Like, I thought the week was just going to be about comedy in London. And then Israel and Iran happened. And then we were on like the brink of like World War III. Like you here are now Friday crowd having fun. Monday, Tuesday crowd. Oof. Yeah. You try tell jokes when there's missiles outside. Like everyone was here like... Because that would be a weird way, like, to be, you know what I mean? Like, at the beginning of World War III. Like, people are like, where were you? And you're like, oh, did you see what happened? No, I didn't. Where were you? Trevor was telling us about Brixton. It was such an insane story as well. Like, now I feel like the world we live in, I sometimes think about like parallel universes and timelines, and I'm not sure if I believe it, but when I do think about it, I go like, I think we somehow slipped into the ludicrous timeline. Like, we were all in a very normal timeline, us as people, and then something happened around like COVID, and then we went into the crazy timeline. And then the other versions of us are now like, wow, things have become very boring and normal. Because like, this is not normal, you know? Like the week starts off, it's been like 2 weeks technically. Right, starts off, Iran was negotiating a nuclear deal with America. Negotiating a deal. They're making progress. They're getting close. They're getting super close. And then Israel was like, no deal. And then Israel started launching missiles at Iran, right? And then it's hard to make a deal when it's like missiles hitting you, you know what I mean? It's like when you're like trying to break up with someone at a restaurant and then the waiter keeps coming, is everything great? Just wait. Let me just handle. So what I'm saying is, how's everything going? Yeah. Look, hey, we'll call you. We'll call you, please. So Iran was like, all right, I can't handle. And so then Iran was like, missiles back at Israel, missiles. And then Israel was like, missiles. And then Iran was like, missiles. And it was going back and forth. Israel was definitely winning it because like Iran has missiles, but not like Israel's type of missiles. You know what I mean? Like Iran doesn't have much money and stuff. So their missiles are like those cheap fireworks your friends. You know when your parents would like, they'd feel bad. You'd be like, what are we doing for Guy Fawkes Day? And then your parents would be like, do you want these ones? You're like, do you like them? They're like, no, just throw them on the ground. I was like, pat. Do you feel like the other kids? No, I don't at all. So Iran has those ones, and then they were launching back and forth. And the whole world was like, man, this again, Middle East conflict, Middle East. And then at the peak of it, everyone was like, man, how could this get worse? Donald Trump was like, hello. Donald Trump came in and he was like, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna totally de-escalate this situation. And we were like, my man, you've never de-escalated a thing in your life. From your hair to your politics, nothing is a de-escalation. Nothing. But Trump came in and he's like, I don't like how Iran and Israel are launching bombs at each other all the time. So many bombs, we can't have this, it's not right. Too many bombs, we gotta stop it. No more bombs, we gotta stop it, we gotta fix it. And they're like, all right, how are you gonna fix it? He's like, by dropping bombs. I'm gonna drop bombs. And no one expected it. Like the whole world was like, okay, Trump is gonna mediate, or because he said to them, hey guys, let's sort this out, peace deal. We're gonna do a peace deal. And then he dropped bombs on Iran. And everyone in the world was like, what the hell? And a lot of people in my life were like, oh man, I can't believe that Trump did this. I can't believe. And they were so stressed. And I was like, yes, but look on the bright side. And they were like, what bright side? I was like, on the bright side, Trump also can't believe that he did this. Like that's the one glimmer of hope that I get from Donald Trump, is that like he also doesn't know what he's doing. He's in it with us, which is a nice change. Oftentimes we're at the mercy of those in power, but he's in the mercy with us. Like we're all locked in a prison cell, but he's holding the key and he's like, we're all trapped. What are we gonna do? We're like, use the key. What are you talking about? And the reason I say this is because Trump came out and he hosted a press conference about it. It was so wild. He hosted a press conference about dropping the bombs. And he was shocked in the press conference. He came out and he's like, earlier today, the United States military, that's us, launched missiles, bunker busters, launched missiles on Iran, on all their nuclear facilities. And boy, you don't understand. You've never seen bombs like that before. They came down and they dropped them, those bombs. I couldn't believe what those bombs were doing. I couldn't believe it. And I called. I'm the one who called. I said, drop the bomb. I didn't know I was going to call. I said 2 weeks. I told everybody 2 weeks. It was going to be 2 weeks. And then I was on the plane. Then I said, I'm calling. Drop the bombs. And the bombs were dropped. I'd never seen bombs like that. I said, whoa, we're never dropping bombs like that again. I never seen bombs like that. Those bombs were dropped and now it's over. We're all good. And so now, because America had dropped bombs on them, then Iran had to respond, but then Iran didn't want to get into a fight. No one wants to get into a fight with America, you know what I mean? And so like Iran was like, we are going to retaliate against you. And then they launched missiles at an American base in Qatar, but then they phoned America first. They did. They were like, all right, we're launching bombs against you in like 45 minutes, an hour maybe. You tell us how long you need. Then we'll launch the bombs. And then the Americans cleared out their base and everything important, and then the bombs fell. And then Trump, very, like, in an interesting way, he responded to Iran. Then he wrote on his, like, thing online, on his profile, he was like, thank you to Iran for giving us notice about the bombs. Now it's over. It's all over. There will be peace. And then he said, Iran, Israel, peace. And they were like, all right, peace, peace, peace. All good. Then Trump went to sleep. And in the 4 hours that he was sleeping, Israel, like out of nowhere, they came and they were like, Iran launched more missiles. And then everyone was like, wait, what missiles? And Israel was like, you launched missiles. And everyone was like, no, And then Israel was like, too late, we're coming for you with more bombs. And then the world was like, what? And then Trump woke up. And this was the moment when I can safely say I have felt more connected to Donald Trump than I've ever in my entire life. Because that man is not a normal human being. Very seldom have I looked at Trump and thought, yeah, I can relate to this. But he came out after Israel was about to launch a full-scale bombing attack on Iran. And he came out, he heard about this. Man didn't even put on a tie. Came out of the White House half-dressed, ran straight into reporters, and he went into it. He was like, I heard about what Iran is doing and what Israel is doing. And let me tell you, I'm angry at Iran, but I'm more angry at Israel. They said peace, and I said we're going to do peace, and they're launching, and I'm sick of them. Israel, you better not do it. You don't do it, Israel. I said peace. You don't do it. He looked like a dad who had kids that were fighting in the backyard. And he was just going back and forth. He's just like, Israel, shut up, baby. Come on, shut up. Sit up. How many times do you have to tell your kids that you're not going to? I told you once and I'll tell you again. And then he looked at the reporter and he did something I've never seen an American president do in my entire life. He cursed live on TV into the camera. Looked at the camera and he was like, they were like, what do you think, Mr.? He's like, I'll tell you what this is. You've got two countries that have been fighting so long, they don't know what the they're doing. You're like, oh, Dad is mad. Dad is mad. And I don't know what was crazier, the fact that he cursed on live TV as an American president, or the fact that that somehow became bigger news than the actual bombs that were dropped. The bombs was like half a day of news. The biggest bombs ever dropped on a country randomly out of war was barely any news. And then Trump came out and he swore every news outlet, Guardian, BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, you name, all of them, Trump curses, Trump swears, Trump says F word, F word. And I was like, damn, so the F bomb was more important than the bomb. Everyone on TV, we've never seen this before. We've never seen an American president curse on national television. This has never, I don't even understand what we're seeing right now. Donald Trump, and I must warn sensitive viewers, yo, you showed footage of cities being leveled by bombs. You said it just casually. Let me show you some of the bombs that were dropped here. Let me show you some of the bombs. All right, now, Trump said something. I must warn you, if you have children in the room, you might want to cover their ears. You might want to cover their ears because he said the F-bomb. Like, people cared more about the words than it was the wildest thing. Wildest thing. I can't believe it. They were doing it as if the people in Iran were just like, yeah, no. The bombs are one thing. But what he said. You can take bombs back, but words. Words are forever. Oh, man. I think we treated Joe Biden like shit. Like, people just treated Joe Biden like absolute trash. And for what? Nothing. The man just got old. That's literally all he's guilty of. He got old. And people, they're like, oh my God, have you seen Joe Biden these days? He's so old. You're like, yeah. That's what happens. You get older as a person. I can't believe how old he is. I'm like, yo, when you voted for him, it's not like he was 20. People make it seem like he pulled like a magic trick and then all of a sudden flipped into an old man. He came in as an old man, and then now he was a slightly older man, and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe him. Why does he think he can be president? Because you told him he could. People were so shitty to Joe Biden. Then they were just like pulling at strings. I mean, like, God, you see the other day he forgot. He like forgot where he was. He said the wrong city. He said Rotterdam. You know what I'm. I'm like, yo, people do that all the time, especially when you're older. Yeah, because think of it this way. It's not even about like old as in your brain is like, is degrading. Think about how much information you have consumed by that point in your life. Think about how many names you've heard, how many places you've been, how many stories. Of course some things are going to get jumbled up. It's like, yeah, the person's old. He was just old. That's all Joe Biden is. He's old. He'd be like, yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. It's not that. My grandmother, my grandfather, they would forget or switch my name with my siblings' names all the time. I'm sure you had that. Right? They're just like, my grandmother, sometimes she'd be like, Andrew. And I'll be like, no, Trevor. And she'd be like, Yeah, when she did that, there was no point where I was like, she needs to step down. She's not fit to be my grandmother anymore. We treat old people like such shit in society. It's like we make it like they're disposable. It's like, you're old. All right, get out of the way. You're old now. It's over. He just got old. Yeah, and yes, the things that he did, obviously, they don't make you comfortable. Don't get me wrong. Like, they'll throw you off. So, for instance, one of the big ones was he was at the G20, right? And he was introducing President Zelensky of Ukraine. And then he said,
it gives me a lot of pleasure to introduce to you right now the president of one of the most powerful presidents. I'm honored to introduce Vladimir Putin. Oh, no. I mean, and people are like, no, Joe, he's not fit to run this country.
And I was like, yeah, he made a mistake. Think about how many times he says Putin, how many times he says... It's not like he said like a random... It's not like he was like, Idi Amin. No. He said, I get it, Putin, you know what I mean? Yeah, that can happen to you. It's a brain fart. And then people said the dumbest thing. Someone said to me, they were like, well, Trevor, what if it gets into a situation where he does something really bad? Like he could make a mistake like that and he could bomb the wrong country. I was like, do you know how countries work? What do you mean he could bomb the wrong country? What, you think just Joe Biden's there with the keys to the jet?
And he's just like, I gotta pop out and do something real quick. I gotta fly to Eastern Europe. And he's like, take that, Ukraine. No! I meant Russia!
You know how much bureaucracy exists between Joe Biden and a country being bombed? Like, if he said, we gotta bomb Ukraine, they'd be like, you mean Russia? He'd be like, oh, yeah, I mean Russia, of course. It's not like it just happens. It's not a thing. We treated him like such trash. He's like an old man, trying to fight for his country. That's all he was doing. And here's the thing, forget the politics. It was just like the old thing that was like, I was like, why are we doing this, man? The guy's just old. He's not as sharp as he used to be. That's life. It's going to happen to all of us, hopefully. If you get there, it'll happen to you. I'm like, Joe Biden, trash. And look, I will be fair and I will be honest. I think what didn't help was that his team didn't acknowledge that he was getting older. I don't think that helps. And that is a problem I have with like a lot of American political spin. They try and tell you that what you're seeing is not what you're seeing. So like Joe Biden would like, he would be like, and then people would be like, yo, he's getting older. And then his team would be like, Joe Biden is not getting older at all. In fact, he's younger than he's ever been. We're like, that's not how numbers work. The man is just getting older and older and older. Just say, yes, he's old. Just say he's old. Because, yeah, he was making some mistakes. One of the ones that, one of the big ones that threw people off was he would repeatedly bring up world leaders that he had recently had a conversation with, which is fine. The only issue was that those world leaders had long been dead. And that would throw people off, He'd be up there and he'd be like,
I just had a conversation the other day with Chancellor Olaf. And people were like, Chancellor Olaf died 30 years ago. And they were like, oh no. Oh no, Joe Biden, oh no. And everyone's like, he's senile, he's got dementia, oh no, oh no, oh no. I understand why people thought that. I also should let you know, full disclosure, so we're completely honest in this room. I am biased, okay? I'm biased because I've met Joe Biden. I met him at an event called the White House Correspondents' Dinner, okay? And this event, you're there, the president is there. Because of the security and everything, you have to get there well ahead of time. So you spend time, you get to meet the president, you have a long conversation with him and the first lady, and then later on in the evening, you have another conversation, then after that, you have another conversation, and then after the event, you have another conversation. So in the span of like 5-6 hours, I got to speak to Joe Biden frequently. And I have nothing to gain from telling you this. The man's not running for president or anything. He's done. He's fully corpus mentis. He was with it. You know, slight speech impediment, yes, but otherwise he was with it. You know, he could recall information. He kept up with the conversation. He was with me. He was lucid. It was fine. Do you know what I mean? Like, he would talk to me. He's like, hey, Trevor, you know, another thing in the country, and the things I dream for as Americans, and you do that thing, and it was fine. It's not like he talked to me, and then like 3 hours later came back, and he was like, Jackie Robinson! That didn't happen. You know? So I don't know, I'll be honest, I have a different theory. I think, I don't think Joe Biden has dementia. I don't think he's senile. I just think Joe Biden is old. But I think he's so old that he can communicate with the other side. We don't consider that. But he's basically in that space between. That should have been their campaign, actually. Yeah, instead of saying he's not old, they should have doubled down. They should be like, you're damn right Joe Biden's old. He's the oldest president this country's ever had, and you should be grateful. Who better to protect the Constitution than someone who was there when they were writing it? But now he's out. Now he's out. And I'll be honest, I'm happy for him. I'm happy that Joe Biden gets to go out like this. I think, again, as an old person, you should have a dignified end. You know, I think we've robbed old people of that in society. You know, capitalism and whatever. It's like, no, it's nice to, like, you go, you've lived your life, you've done your thing, relax now, you know? And Joe Biden feels more relaxed. I don't know if you've seen him recently. He just has, like, a different swag to him now. He just, you know? Yeah, it just feels like someone, like, loosened up the joints, you know? Because, like, before, when you saw Joe Biden, he was a little precarious, you know? When you see him, like, walk, he didn't, like, inspire confidence. Like, he like, stumbly, and you know what I mean? He always looked like a late-stage Jenga tower, like, you know? Which is probably why the Secret Service wasn't so good at protecting Trump or him. Like, it's just, like, in their defense, they've been protecting geriatrics for the past decade. Of course, they're not in practice. You know, like when they're protecting young presidents, they're like, all right, everybody, look out for the shooter. Look out, because the danger's up. That's where you got to look. You got to look up there. When you're protecting old people, you're just like, all right, look at the ground. Where's the stairs? Where's the stairs? Where's the stairs? Look out, Mr. President. There's a dog that's shot here. Hold on, hold on. Come on, come on. He's got a different sort. Joe Biden's got he's got a vibe now, man. The other day he was at it was like a little, not a rally, it was just a meeting with like a community somewhere. Some were Biden supporters, some weren't. He's just walking around greeting everyone. Hey, how you doing over there? Good to see you. How you doing? How you doing? And there's a guy sitting wearing a Trump hat, right? Wearing a Trump hat. And Joe Biden comes like, hey, how you doing? How you doing, man? And he's like, I don't like you. And Joe Biden's like, oh yeah, I don't like you either. And I was like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? He's like, oh yeah, I don't like you either. I don't like you. He's like, you're old. He's like, oh, you want to talk? Look at you, you're old. And he just started like trading with this guy. Back, wasn't presidential. He wasn't like, oh, well, I see why you feel. He's like, nah, man, you old as shit. Look at your face. Like, goddamn. He's like, you old. You're just old. I'm old and I'm president, bitch. He just had like a different like vibe to him. You're like, what? What? And the guy was wearing a Trump hat, and then he said something to buy you, something along those. He's like, yeah, that hat. And Joe Biden's like, come on, wear my hat. And he's like, no. He's like, would you wear this one? And Joe Biden's like, yeah, I'll wear your hat. Give me the hat. And he takes the hat, and he puts the Trump hat on. And he's like, yeah. And that guy, you should have seen that guy's face. He was like, wah. Because he thought maybe like Biden would like burn or something. I don't know. Just turned to, he was like, wah. He's like, I like you a lot more now. And then Joe Biden just walked away. He just had like his swag. He's like, all right, man, I see you, man. I'm happy for him. That's how everyone deserves to leave, you know? It's nice. And now it means he's out of it, but we're in it. You know, now the world, everyone in the world, because America's elections are the world's elections. You know, now see what happens. Now it's Kamala Harris instead. Yeah, that's going. Oh, is it a woo? Is it a woo for you? Okay. Wait. But what does it mean? What is it? Woo like I'm excited, or woo it's going to happen? It's happening. Damn, look at you. All right. Where do you live? Phoenix. Oh, damn. Okay, that's Arizona's important. Oh no, Arizona's important. Because if you said like New York, I'd be like, rah. But if you say you're feeling it and it's in Phoenix, okay. Because Kamala Harris is not going to be easy. I hope everyone understands that. You know, America has not shown itself to have a propensity to voting for new things. It really has not. And this is a very new, very, very new. You know, because Kamala Harris is a woman. Yes. And she's black. And Indian. Yeah. Now you realize Obama was level 1. America was so proud of itself. Thought it had clocked the game. That was the easiest level in the game. It was like Mario Brothers level 1. It was like, let's do this thing. Blip, 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 whoop, Hawaii, blip, 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 whoop, Hussein, blip, 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 whoop, Kenya, blip, 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 crook, 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 yes we can, blip, 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 I was like, yeah, we did it, yeah, woo! And then Kamala Harris stepped up, and then it was like, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, man. Oh, man. You guys have been so much fun, man. Thanks for coming out tonight. I had a great time with all of you. Good night, y'all.
One more time, man. Show some love, man. Trevor Noah.
You guys love your sports out here. I've never seen more focus put on sports anywhere else in the world. Americans love their sports back to front. You analyze them, you worship them, you watch the game before the game, you watch the game after the game. You talk about what might happen in the game, you talk about what's happening in the game, and then you talk about what happened in the game and what could have and might have but didn't happen in the game. It's just the craziest thing I've seen in my life. It's all about statistics. Have you seen sports in America? Nonstop. Guys just come out there. There's no time for smiles or anything. Just come out. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It's the 2012 Miami Heat up against the OKC. This is the greatest final we've been waiting for in the NBA Finals. LeBron James leading his team out here, averaging 30 points, double-double every single game, 10 points per game, just in assists alone. This man is just something else. 90% from the free throw line. He's just gone in. He's statistically gotten better. His team coming in with more. Chris Bosh coming in with more assists, really doing well in the last game. Just like, wow. Numbers, stats. You guys know everything, every stat. Well, I mean, he's got 4 out of 5, and I mean, if you look at that statistic alone, it looks like he should be getting forward. He should be, and then it's just crazy. You know everything, and then you switch over to like your business channels and your economy, and you're like, what's happening in the economy this year, Bob? Well, nobody knows. I mean, nobody knows. Yeah. We thought the housing market was coming up, but it wasn't. But hey, I mean, that's the economy. You never know, right? You never know. What about stocks? Well, I guess stocks, they're up and down. I don't really know. They're up and down. They could go anywhere. It's those are stocks. We don't know. But the sports, you know, you need to flip that around. You forget the statistics in the economy. Just relax in your sports. Have fun. That's the sports I watch, is relax, like soccer. I'm a huge fan of soccer, you know. Yeah. Oh, there's some fans here. I love soccer. It's chilled. You hear it in the commentators when a game is being played. There's no statistics at all. Game starts off, the whistle blows, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this majestic match. It's Spain playing against Germany. Oh, and what a wonderful day it is. Look at the crowd, really excited. Oh, and the atmosphere is amazing. Wonderful weather. And the guys are just like, oh, yeah, John, you can feel it. The players look great. It's wonderful. What do you think's going to happen today, Martin? Oh, nobody knows. I can't even remember the last time I saw a game this good. Americans will remember. Americans will go back to the finest statistic. The last time a black man scored using his left hand, jumping over a mixed race, half Indian, was in 1967 when they're like, what? This is madness. It's all about action in the sports as well, you know? As much action as possible. That's all about action in America. You guys are so action-focused, you will take the ball away from the other team if they do not give you enough action. I've never seen that in my life. That's a horrible way to bring people up. You go to the other team, you go, hey, you guys, you take the ball. And you've got 24 seconds to get the ball in that net. 24 seconds. And if you don't do it, we're going to give the ball to the other team. You hear me? We're going to give the ball to the other team. Yeah, we know there's a lot of black guys. You try to get past them. That's up to you. Go! 24 seconds later. Bah! You guys, you try. All about action, you know? Because America's different. It's different from the rest of the world. And you don't really know how different America is, though, until you get here. That's the one thing I will say. You know, you think you know. But then when you land in America, in your airports, that's when you know this place is different. Because American airports, unlike airports everywhere in the world, which have a certain level of joy and just all around happiness, American airports, they're like concentration camps. It's just, you know, it's just people walking barefoot in single file. Oh, it's no joke. There's even signs that say, no jokes. You're like, really? It's just insane. You walk through those airports and you have to do things in American airports you don't do anywhere else in the world, you know? Like you have to take your shoes off. Your shoes come off. And you don't know this as a foreigner, but they don't care. They're like, you, take your shoes off. I'm like, my what? Your shoes, take them off. I'm like, why? For safety, sir. I'm like, I'm keeping them on for your safety, my friend. You don't do this anywhere. I remember flying into Dubai one year, and as we get into the airport, this woman, an American woman, started taking off her shoes and those guys. I mean, you must understand, when you're in the Middle East as a woman, you're already a sin. And now to be taking your clothes off in public, these guys lost their mind. They were just like, Hillary, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yo, what are you doing? She's like, I'm taking my clothes off. They're like, no, what are you doing? She's like, I'm taking them off. Why are you taking your clothes off? She's like, so the machine works. She's like, no, this is a machine, not your husband. You don't need to get naked. Put your clothes on and walk through, you whore. You don't do it anywhere else. But then you come out here, you have to take off your shoes and you have to take your jacket off to walk through the metal detector. And they are mean about it. They will shout to you. They're like, you, take it off. And you don't know what to take off. You don't take it off anywhere else, so you don't know what to take off. So you're like, you, take it off. Take what off? Take it off, sir. Take what off? Take it off now. What? Your clothes. Take them. My clothes? And now you're standing there, this man shouting at you, telling you to take your clothes off. You feel like a child in a Catholic church. It's horrible. It's just, you're just standing there. I mean, I understand the need for security, but they don't need to shout at you. At least, if they tried to be nice, maybe if they chanted instead of shouting, instead of take it off, if they were like, take it off, you'd be like, yeah, woo, security, safe and sexy. They don't. This is a harrowing experience as you come in. And the worst is when you have to go through passport control. Oh, as Americans, you don't feel the pain. But as a foreigner, it's a whole different game. As Americans, you walk through to the U.S. citizens line. And they welcome you back. Like you on some secret mission. And you're just like, welcome home, sir. You know? when you're a foreigner, you have to wait in a super long line, you know, and then they tease you. The line goes right to the front, and then it comes back, and it comes back, and you finally get there, and you have to wait for that, you know, and they're standing there, and the guys are like, sir, come on, sir, step forward, step forward, sir, step forward, forward, and you, forward, back, behind the line, sir, back, get back, sir, get back. You know, it's the stress. You're standing there, and now you have to answer questions. Horrible. Like you don't understand. It's the stress, you know. Standing there, and you don't want to get any of the questions wrong, because just like school, they'll send you back. So you stand there, and you have to answer them into a microphone that's placed strategically low, almost so that you have to bow to the American as you answer every question of his. I ask you these questions you feel like you know the answers to, but when you're there, I mean, I just handed the man my passport, to which he replied, "Is this you?" Never before have I felt so much pressure to look like myself. I was like, I was younger then. It's horrible. And then he starts rattling them off. It's your first time in the United States of America, sir? Yes. Your first time, sir, is that correct? Yes. Sir, what is the duration of your visit out here? I'm going to be here for 6 months. 6 months, sir? Is that correct? Yes. Sir, what is the purpose of your visit in the United States of America? I'm here for holiday. Holiday, sir? Yes. Which one? My one. Could you elaborate, sir? Holiday. Yeah, what do you mean holiday, sir? You know, like holiday, like, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, holiday. Yeah. Holiday. You mean vacation, sir? Battery. Yes, of course.
Hey there, thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on. Yeah, click. Nice.
It's crazy. I'm loving it. Living the American life, trying to do it. It's crazy. You know, so I had to learn how to drive out here, which was fun. To get a car, obviously, which I just almost couldn't get. You have to fill out forms, and then they want your credits. And in America, credits is very important. I don't understand the concept. I'm in the car dealership, and there's this Asian gentleman helping me. We're going through the forms, and he says, "So how long have you lived in America for?" I said, I haven't lived here for long. He said, "Oh, this not good for you. This not good for you." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "No, you cannot lease car in America unless you've been here a long time, because then you don't have credit, okay? You don't." I said, "Well, I've got the money to pay for it." He said, "Yeah, that's not the point, okay? That's not the point. In America, okay, in this country, we want credit, okay? Our country focus on credit. If you got good credit, you can buy anything. We don't care about money. We want credit." I said, "Well, credit is the assumption that you can pay back the money." He's like, no, that don't count here, okay? In our country, you have good credit, you can buy anything, okay? You got good credit. He's like, our country. And I was like, look, I hate to be rude, but when you say our country, do you mean our because you live here now, or our because the Chinese own it? And he was like, it's a bit of both, okay? Yeah, but no credit for you, no car. Okay, goodbye. I had to just buy myself a car. You know, it's a horrible thing, drive around. And that's the worst thing, driving in America. Wow. On the other side of the road, you feel like a rebel, you know, until you see the other cars coming, and then it's not so much fun. You know how many times I did that, just going to the wrong side? And don't trust movies. It's not easy to do that whole thing. No, people don't just drive, and no, they stop. They just look at you and go, "What are you doing?" In the movies, you drive past. "What are you doing?" Aren't you supposed to know they don't drive? They just wait for you to turn around, and the street is so small. You're doing one of those turns, just watching them in your shame, just like it's horrible. I had to practice for months. It was the worst. I remember I drove into a street once. I thought I'd learned. It had been months. I'd been doing it well. And then I turned into the wrong way. And I saw this little old Asian lady driving towards me. And I was like, no! And there was nobody else. So I swerved the car around. I was like, whoa! I was like, yeah! Hero! And I drove. And there were 50 cars coming this way. And I was like, ah, you bitch! Ah. And I told my friend the story. I told him this. I was like, oh, this is what happened. And he was like, oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. And he's like, who was driving the car? I said, a little old Asian lady. And he's like, oh, yeah, you can't say that, man. You can't say that. I said, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you can't say she's Asian. I said, why not? He's like, yeah, because that's racist. I said, what, that she's Asian? He's like, nah, if she's a bad driver and you say she's Asian, that's racist. So let me get this straight. Asians are not allowed to be called bad drivers. Is this not racism in itself? Everyone else is allowed the world of bad drivers. But if I'm driving on the freeway behind an Asian person and they're swerving around, and I go, this bad driver, you drive like crap. And I pull up next to them, I'm like, oh, no, sorry. You're not a bad driver. You're just Asian. I'm sorry. Not racism in itself. It's madness. So now what I had to do was get around using a GPS, you know? Decided to get one of those. First, I tried to be a cheapskate. I thought, oh, get a phone with a GPS. That was a horrible mistake. Bought myself one of those iPhones with Siri. Oh, your assistant, she talks to you. She listens to you. If you're American, she doesn't understand one word I say. I don't understand why. I speak English, and they're talking to her. Doom, doom. She's like, what do you need? I'm like, Siri. Please call Peter. You want pizza? No, cancel. Siri, I need Peter. You want pizza? No, Siri, I want pizza, not pizza. You want pizza? No, Siri, what's going on here? You want to, Siri, you're not making sense. Siri, are you having an attitude with me? You tell me. I don't know what the hell is going on here. Siri, just listen to me. I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Siri, just, bitch. Dialing mom. What the hell? This is horrible. I had to buckle down and buy myself a real GPS to get me around, which has been working like a charm. If you don't have a GPS, you get yourself one. It's the best thing you'll ever do. Just don't make the mistake I made and buy it from Craigslist. I bought one off Craigslist, and the guy who sold it to me didn't tell me that it was a Spanish language GPS, which was not so good. I didn't understand anything she says. Look, I still get around because the arrows are in English, thank God. But otherwise, it was just horrible. And I hated it the first few days, and then I fell in love with her. She's just, you know, I don't understand why more Americans don't speak Spanish. It's such a sexy language. I'm sitting there, and like all the men in here, you want to feel like a man. You get yourself a Spanish GPS. Oh no, you don't understand. Traffic never sounded sexier. It's just like, I just punch in random destinations and she guides me around. She's like, dum dum. Sigue toco de que para conocí. En 200 metros sería la de la cha. And I'm just like, oh shucks, Tom Tom. You say that all the time. This is sexy, you know? She guides me around. It's beautiful. I love that. I'm going to learn Spanish because of that. Spanish has gone up my list. I had a few languages in Spanish. Spanish was like 6th language. I spoke 4 languages in South Africa. And then the 5th language was going to be Japanese. And then Spanish was, but now Spanish has gone up. Japanese I've had to pause because of the earthquake. There's not that many of them traveling now. So it's sad. There's no one now. There's like walk around the streets, just, you know. But Spanish has gone up. Because I was getting good at Japanese, don't get me wrong. I was getting really good. You know, I could say, and it's a great language. It's powerful. Because you speak Japanese from your chest, it makes you feel strong. Hey there. Yeah, very strong. Whereas English you speak from the head and the chest. You know, do you know what I mean? You speak it head and chest. You wouldn't know this You wouldn't know this if you listen to many coastal girls in America. Like I've been in places like California where women insist on speaking English from their nose, which is not the correct. Yeah, like, oh my God, are you guys gonna like do this? And I was like there with Tiffany, and we were talking, and that's not the right way. You're not using your lungs. I know this because when I choked her, she sounded exactly the same. Then she's like, oh my God, you're like totally choking me right now, and I can't breathe, and this is so not on. I am so gonna tweet about this. This is like the worst thing ever. Oh, I am so dying. OMG. It's horrible. Whereas Japanese is strong. Japanese, you speak from the chest, A lot of the Americans are learning Chinese, I've seen. Chinese, I see people say, you gotta learn Chinese. They're taking over. Chinese. Ni hao ma. Shi shi ni. Chinese. It's too late. It's too late to learn Chinese. It's over. No, it's true. It's true. Because it's also one of the hardest languages in the world. I mean, how do you learn Chinese now? Just, they've got over 10,000 characters in the alphabet. You know this? 10,000 characters. We've got 26 in English. And there's still people going, what comes after Q? 26. This is, 10,000 they've got. That's super smart. Although they must have the worst Sesame Street in the world. It must suck being a Muppet in that country. I can just see them on a Monday morning singing to the kids. 5 years later, it's just horrible. Horrible. Hey there, thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on. Yeah, click. Nice. I turn on the TV, and then I see Walter Scott, a 50-something-year-old man, running away from a policeman, getting shots in the back, running away from the policeman. And again, the media, for some strange reason, just seems to forget what the main purpose of the discussion is. Because on day one, they go, unarmed man, shot in the back. Day two, they're like, who was Walter Scott? Let's find out about it. Apparently, he had a charge of assault against him in 1987. So he gets shot for it? How hard did he punch the guy that he gets shot for it in 2015? Well, did he punch the guy into the future and then he came back to get him? Is that what happened? And, I mean, it was the 80s. Everyone punched somebody in the 80s. I don't understand why this is a big deal. They were saying the craziest things. They were like, Walter Scott, I mean, everybody's talking about the police officer. Let's talk about him. Why did he run? Because he didn't want to go to jail. Are we really going to live in a world where police no longer want to chase criminals? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? Police no longer want to chase criminals? That's the whole point of the game, isn't it? We played it as kids, cops and robbers, yeah? You've seen the movies, that's what makes it fun. Freeze! You can't catch me, copper. And then you run. That's what makes it fun. Now police no longer want to chase criminals. We're going to live in a world where police, can you imagine what that's going to do to the movie industry? It's going to be horrible. Remember, we're going to be watching Bad Boys 5, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Freeze! Okay, end of movie, done. This is the worst movie ever. This is the strangest thing. They asked all the weird questions that have nothing to do with a man being shot who is unarmed. And they come on and go, also noted is that Walter Scott owed $16,000 in child support. To the cop? No, I mean, to the... Because that would be a different story. That would be like, if that was the mother of his children that shot him, then you know what? I may actually be on her side. You never know. Yeah. I might have been there like, you know what, sister? You shoot him in the back, girl. That's right. You shoot him thinking he ain't gonna pay after he play. You shoot him in the back thinking he gonna run away from his responsibilities. Shoot him dead. But this has nothing to do with it. A policeman shoots an unarmed man, he's running away. And then they have the crazy nerve to say, this officer feared for his life. He was afraid. Afraid of what? The man's running away. There's nothing less frightening than somebody running away from you. That is the definition of fear. He's running away. The only thing he could have done to be less threatening is to cluck like a chicken as he does. There's nothing less frightening than a man running away from food. Like, what are you afraid of? You can't say he was running away. I was afraid. Afraid of what? He's running away from you. That makes no sense. You're seeing him from behind. No one's threatening from behind. They're running away. There's no one who's frightened. Like maybe Kim Kardashian, but nobody else is running away from you. You shoot him in the back. And I was like, yeah, I was afraid. Afraid of what? What do you have, abandonment issues? Why would you shoot a man? My dad left when I was 5. Makes no sense. So I don't know how not to die. And here I am in my car on the side of the road in a random street in Los Angeles. And the whole time I'm just like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. And the policeman, he gets out of his car and he starts walking towards me. And his hand is by his side and it's doing this. And I've watched Westerns. I know what this means. This is never good. This never turns into friendship. So now I'm starting to stress and I'm looking at him in the side mirror of my car and I'm panicking because objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. So he's gonna get there at any moment. And I don't know why I did this. Like as soon as I panicked, I completely panicked and I launched myself out the window. I took my body and I threw it out the window and I fell onto the side of the car, just and onto the side of the car. I basically went back to nature. I thought of a predator, you don't make eye contact and you play dead. That's all I did. I just played dead on the side of the car. Shame, which freaked him out. He was just like, what, hey, what's going on? And I said, I'm sorry, officer. I'm sorry. He's like, sure, what are you sorry for? I said, whatever it is that's gonna make you shoot me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, officer. He said, sir, get back in the car. Get back in the car. I said, no. I don't want to die. Please, I'm not falling for that trick. Please, officer, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, sir, I'm not going to kill you. Just get back in the car. Get back. And I mean, Shane, this guy was just as freaked out as I was. I'm not going to lie. Because I mean, when I put myself in his shoes, what does he do? Imagine that you're standing on the side of a guy jumps out of his own car. He can't even call for backup. What does he say? 10-4, I need backup. What do you need? I got a black guy killed himself. 10-4, you gotta make something up better than that. We'll back you up, don't worry. Like you can't, like what do you say? It's just like weird. The guy's freaking out, I'm freaking out. And I'm lying there. And this guy, he approaches slowly, he finally gets to me and he lifts my arms and he's like, get back in the car, sir, get back. And he stuffs me back into my window. Get back. I'm like, no, I don't wanna die. Please, I don't wanna die. And he's like, sir, calm down. Okay. I'm sorry. He's like, sir, have you been drinking? I said, no, sir, I haven't been drinking. I said, okay, calm down. Do you know why I pulled you over, sir? He said, it's because I'm black. And now, I wasn't being an ass, nor was I joking. I'd just been informed that as a black person in America, if you drive a really nice car, there's a good chance you're gonna get pulled over by the police. Yeah, so in my world, he was doing his job as I had been told. Yeah, I wasn't judging him. In fact, I was a little flattered. I was like, well, thank you very much, Mr. Officer, for noticing this bad boy right here. That's right, 2015, baby. I was really excited. He was more freaked out, though, because I said to him, I said, it's because I'm black. And then he did this thing that I've come to learn is the reaction of white people in America, who, when they hear information they can't process fast enough, have this thing where they smile on the outside, but on the inside, it's almost as if they're short-circuiting. He looks at me and he goes, I'm sorry, what? I said, because I'm black, that's why you pulled me over? And he goes, no, hey, no, hey, no, that is not, no, hey, I don't, no, that is not, I felt so bad for him. Yeah. I think we both learned a lot that day, the two of us. Grew from that experience. I was speeding, that's why he pulled me over. But he let me go. Fear.
Hey there, thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on. Yeah, click. Nice. I love Mexican food. I love Mexican people. don't even know what it is. I think it's just people, we have a connection, you know, I don't know, South Africans and Mexicans or something. People from shithole countries, we have this thing. I still can't believe the things Donald Trump says. He's such a... For me, Donald Trump is an emotional paradox, I'm not going to lie. You know, logically, I can process him. Emotionally, I struggle. On the one hand, I will admit, I wake up many days terrified at the notion that he's president of the most powerful nation in the world. But I also must admit, I wake up many days knowing he's going to make me laugh. Yeah, there's terror and there's joy, and I don't know how to feel. You know what it feels like sometimes? It feels like there's a giant asteroid headed towards the Earth, but it's shaped like a penis. Like, I think I'm going to die, but I know I'm going to laugh. You just look at everything that he does. The world we now live in because of him. Like, you realize we're living through history. You know, this will never happen in our lifetimes again. We're living through a time when we're all learning about the presidency at the same time as the president. That's never happened. How wild is that concept? You wake up every day reading the news, and you're like, wow, I didn't know that. And somewhere at that exact same moment, he's reading the same news going, wow, me too. And nobody knows where it's going to lead. Nobody knows what he's going to do. All we know is that he wants his wall. He wants his wall. Donald Trump wants his wall. He needs $25 billion the last time he asked. He needs it from American taxpayers because Mexico is smart. That fell apart real quick. I remember how confident he was at the rallies, people cheering for him. He was like, folks, we're going to build. We're going to build a wall, folks. Who's going to pay? Mexico. And Mexico was like, we ain't paying for shit, man. We might build it, but we're not going to pay for it, man. And I don't know if you've been following The Journey of the Wall, but it's probably the best comedy on TV, right? Because now they've started building prototypes of the wall at the border, right? Because Donald Trump said he wants them to test the wall first. I don't know how you do that. And I was just like, try again. And because this is the prototypes, Donald Trump now has specifications for the wall. He now says he wants the wall to be made out of concrete, but he also needs the wall to be see-through, right? And the reason the president wants the wall to be see-through is because he said he's afraid that drug dealers from Mexico are going to shoot bags of drugs over the wall and it's going to hit Americans on the head as they walk by. So he needs the wall to be see-through so that Americans can see the drugs coming and catch it. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't know what a see-through wall is. But at this point, I'm just worried that a contractor is going to come along and trick the president. He's going to take him to the border and be like, there it is, Mr. Trump. Your invisible wall. And then just to make sure he buys it, he's going to hire a troupe of Mexican mimes just to be like, oh my God, you can't get through it. It works. Like the mind of Donald Trump. Oh, the other idea he had for the wall was he said America should build the wall out of solar panels. That's what he said. He said America should build the wall out of solar panels because that way the wall would generate electricity and pay for itself. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. That's a good idea, right? It's a good idea. Unless you know anything about solar panels or the sun or walls. Because the problem with that idea is that the sun is up. Yeah? We'll agree on that. We're still on the same page there. Yeah? The sun is up. All right? A solar panel wall is not going to work because a wall is like this. So technically it's facing down. So unless you have like a really swaggy sun that's like, yeah, I shine real low, B, it's not going to work for you. The only way it works is if you take your border solar panel and lean it at an angle to get the sun's rays. But if you do that, now you've just created a giant ramp for Mexicans to shoot into America. It's like, órale! The mind of Donald J. Trump. The J stands for Jesus. A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, a lot of self-loathing going on there. And he's always going after someone, right? He's always going after someone. If it's not Mexicans, it's Muslims. If it's not Muslims, it's Africans from shithole countries. And that one was my favorite personally, because I am an African and I've shat in a hole. I also liked it because people came up to me and asked me questions. There was one man who came up to me after a show, really concerned. He was like, Trevor, hey, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, go ahead, my friend. He said, hey, Trevor, I just wanted to know when Donald Trump says all these horribly racist things, do you sometimes just want to, pack it up, leave America, go back to South Africa and escape all this racism? I said, my friend, you don't go to South Africa to escape racism. That's where you go to stock up. Are you kidding me? That's the one thing that reminds me of home. Racism out here. Because we've got tons of racism in South Africa. And don't get me wrong, it's gotten a lot better. When I was growing up, we had apartheid. And, apartheid was basically the best racism in the world. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I mean, now you're going to feel bad and be like, oh, racism was the best. No, it wasn't. It was good, but not the best. And I experienced a bunch of racism, and everyone did. I never felt like it was a bad thing, mostly because of my family. My mother is a black woman, Xhosa woman. My father's Swiss from Switzerland. And them being a couple was against the law, and that was a problem for us living together. And so we experienced a ton of racism. And in case you're wondering, yes, Xhosa is one of the languages with the clicks in it, right? Xhosa, but not like in American movies, just so you know. Yeah, I've seen those movies where they have Africans and they're like, that's not a language. Yeah, even we watch those movies and we're like, I wonder what they are saying, yeah? Where are they from? I think they're from Cleveland. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things? It's so weird how our prejudices have given everyone their lane. Middle Easterner does something, they're a terrorist. Black person does something, they're gang-related, they're a thug. But if a white guy walks into a church killing 9 people dead, what do they lead with on the news? And today, in an isolated incident, a lone gunman walked into a church, opening fire and killing 9 people. It's always a lone gunman. Yeah, a lone gunman with no ties to society whatsoever. They always separate him as quickly as possible. I love how they do that. He kept to himself and was notoriously unfriendly. He had no friends whatsoever. No friends? Really? No friends? Not even one? Not even one? No friends? Not even on Facebook? No, everyone has friends on Facebook. Come on, you tell me the guy had no friends. It's almost like as the shooting happens, everyone's like, what, Dylan? Unfriend. It's the weirdest thing ever. And the first thing they always go to is mental instability. That's what they go to, the first thing. They never go with terrorism. What happened? Are we saying this was terrorism? Well, we're not going to jump to that conclusion. This was a young man who was rarely mentally, he was unstable. He was a troubled young man, but he was a terrorist. Because he committed a terrorist act, walked into a building, shot a bunch of people to try and spread a message of hatred, right? He was trying to pass something. He was trying to do something. That's an act of terror. Well, look, no, not necessarily. He was a troubled young man. Yes, and a terrorist. Yeah, but he was mentally unstable, just like terrorists. That's exactly what a terrorist is. There's no normal reason to blow yourself up. That is ridiculous as shit. You're crazy. You're crazy. But you're still a terrorist. It's weird. It's almost like without realizing it, what they're saying on the news is, you know, this young white man is clearly struggling with something. I mean, because why would you forego all that privilege? Why would you
I mean, he was a young white man. Why would you throw that all away? I mean, if he was a minority, I get it, because that shit sucks. But I mean, why would you throw it? He must be crazy. This is madness. I refuse to be part of this. I refuse to live in a world where we'll deny white people the moniker of terrorist. That's racism, people. That's what that is. If a white man through hard work and determination commits an act of terror, he deserves to be called a terrorist. He worked for it, damn it. You don't deprive him of that because of the color of his skin. You give it to him and you put him up there. Bin Walid and Charlie. It's terrorism. We all have our prejudices, don't get me wrong. It's not like I try to be better. I really do. I realize every now and again I do things that I'm not particularly proud of. Like for instance, whenever I fly into America, if I've been out of the country and flying back into America, I always try to fly on Middle Eastern airlines, specifically. So I'll fly on Emirates or Qatar or Etihad or one of those. And the reason I do this is because I feel there's less chance that somebody and this may sound a little bit racist, you have every right to be offended, you really. But I feel like there's less chance that somebody will attack one of those planes. For a few reasons. Number one, because they're not proving a point. Planes already Muslim-owned, Muslim-run, they're not converting anybody. And secondly, and more importantly on my side, I think there's a small chance somebody could diffuse the situation. Someone could talk them down just because they speak the same language. That's half of terror for me, is the fact that you don't understand what the person says. Guy speaking Arabic that puts fear in the hearts of all men. You never think good things when you hear Arabic. Yeah, we've watched too many movies and TV shows. Like whenever you hear Arabic, then some bad shit happens. That's always what happens. It's never something cool or sexy. It's never like it's never that. And so it makes you think a certain way. I know I'm not any different. I was on a flight, my first Middle Eastern flight, flying on an Emirates plane, and this man emerged from the galley, had a long beard, and he was carrying a box, and he just went off. He was like, and I was like, chicken, please. Chicken. Sorry, I get really excited for chicken. I'm sorry for that. Sorry. It's like, my friend, excited? You looked petrified. I said, I am, of the flavor. Chicken! Wow! I love chicken. I love chicken so much. He's like, oh, is that a black thing? I said, that's racist. There's a little thing that makes me think there's a chance that if someone understands the language, they may be able to talk the guy down. There could be a terrorist on the plane, a guy with a suicide vest, be flying 40,000 feet in the sky. A man jumps off, losing his head. There he is. And just maybe some guy will be opposite him, like, hey, what are you doing? I'm going to blow up this plane to show everybody that Allah is great. Yeah, but we know this. Everybody here knows this. So what are you doing? I wanted to show all of you the power of... What are you showing us if we already know, huh? What are you showing us? Are you saying we are not good Muslims? Is that what you are saying? Huh? Are you saying we do not know the power of Allah? Is that what you are saying? You are saying we are bad Muslims? What are you saying? No, my friend, please, I was not trying to offend you. I was just trying to kill you. Listen to what I wanted to show you. What are you showing me, huh? Are you saying I do not pray? Is that what you are saying? You are better Muslim than me? You think I'm not good Muslim just because I'm watching Cloudy with a chance of meatballs? Is that what you think? Huh? What are you saying? No, I'm not saying that. I wanted to, what are you showing? You show nothing. You make us look bad. Why don't you preach? Why don't you talk to people, huh? This is not Islam. What are you doing with your stupid vest? Blah, 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 blah. You make us all look bad. No, I was not. No, you're not trying nothing. No, you even got your vest backwards. You don't even know what you're doing here. Sorry, it's my first time. I never done this before. Yeah, story. Sit down, shut up, eat something. I don't know if I can. No, it's all halal. You can eat it. Don't worry. You can eat it. You can eat it. All of you. Yalla. Stupid. This is a chance that could happen. There's a small chance that can happen. And that's why I do it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?
I'll never forget, I met an American in South Africa. And he said to me, well, you know, Trevor, it's funny you say that because if you come out to America, they'll label you as black. I said, really? And he was like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, everybody's black out there. And I was like, wow, well, I want to be black. And I found out it's true. Mixed race people are categorized as black in America. Yeah. The only catch is, and nobody tells you this, you have to be liked and successful first. Before then, they say you mixed. You achieve success, and you get upgraded to black. All the famous mixed people do it. Singers, like Alicia Keys and Mariah Carey, yeah? Mixed, but then they say black singers. Sportsmen, like Tiger Woods, mixed, but then they say black golfer. The most famous mixed person on the planet by far, Barack Obama, mixed, half and half, straight down the middle. But then they say America's first black president, which is interesting because when he was running, they called him the mixed candidate. I see how it works. Everyone makes it obvious now. They're like, yeah, Barack, of course he won, of course. It wasn't that obvious when he started. It wasn't. I remember comedians coming out. They used to diss him. Guys would come out on stage and be like, man, how many of y'all seen that crazy-ass mixed fool running for president? Y'all seen that mixed fool running for president? What you gonna see? Ain't no mixed fool gonna be president of the United States of America. Ain't no man, which white people gonna be voting for a mixed fool? Even a black man can't win shit. Even a black man can't. How some mixed fool think he gonna do it out? Man, that mixed fool, that crazy-ass mixed fool. How some mixed fool, that mixed fool? And then he won, and all of a sudden they were like, my nigga. So I see how it works, you know. I understand. In order for me to become black, I have to work hard at it. And I'm willing to do the time. Yeah. I took the first opportunity I could. Bought myself a plane ticket from South Africa, and I said, I'm going out to America. I'm going there, and I'm going to be black. And I got on that plane. It was an 18-hour flight, 18 hours of nonstop flying. And I sat there in my chair, and I spent every moment practicing being black, just practicing. I was like, I'm not going to mess up this black opportunity. I just sat there, just working through everything. I was watching every black movie and TV show, just going through it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. King Kong ain't got shit on me. Yeah. What you talking about, Willis? I was grinding it. You laugh, but 18 hours of flying, and I landed in JFK, and I was fluent in my black American. For shizzle my nizzle. I was walking around. I was so black, I was even laughing black. I was like, ha, ha, ha. Yeah. My man. Ha, ha. Should have seen me. It was like, oh, this you? That has to be the personification of cool, in my opinion. There's nothing cooler. Black Americans are so cool, they can make you feel good about yourself just by asking if you are you. You don't believe me? Get a black American man to come up to you and just be like, hey, yo, this you? Nah, this you? And you'll be like, I think it is. Magic. I was that black. Not just any black, but the coolest black in the world, and that's American black. I can say this with confidence, being from Africa. I know black. I'm well versed in the arts of black. I'm from the black factory. I mean it. I've seen every kind of black, from light black all the way to like navy blue black. I know black. And there's no cooler black than American black. Nothing cooler, you know? Because American black people, I mean, you just look at how much they've done to influence modern day pop culture, you know?
small things and the big alike. You look at the music. You've got, jazz, hip-hop, R&B, all black Americans, style of clothing, just this general swag that they've brought to everything. Even small things like walking. I mean, walking is such a mundane activity, isn't it? It's just there's nothing cool about this thing. You just move from one place to the next, and pretty much everybody can do it. This is it. There's nothing. And then black Americans came along, and then they just added in that bounce, and all of a sudden you look really cool. You just, you look like you have a purpose. You've just got that. Yeah, look at this. It's super cool. And it must be hard for an assassin to kill you. Just like. That's why if you look in American history, no black man was ever assassinated whilst walking, ever. It was when they stopped and said something. Bang! That's when they were, because they got to walk. That's why if you look, Obama, every time he comes out of the jet or makes a speech, he's always just got that little bounce just before. Because in his head, he's like, you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know, you never know. Got to walk. It's a cool walk. And by far, the coolest thing of all is the talk. I've listened to black Americans, and it's the most amazing use of the English language I've ever come across in my life. Because they pay no regard to punctuation whatsoever. Just cruise through sentences. It's fantastic. First time I had a conversation with a black American man was in Baltimore, Maryland. This guy walked up to me after the show. He didn't even walk. He just floated in. Just came up to me and was like, hey, yo, B, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, let me holler at you for a minute, man. Let me holler at you. I said, okay. He's like, man, I ain't even gonna front, man. I ain't gonna front. I came out here, dude. I ain't even know who you was, man. I didn't even know. I was out here at the show. I bought my girl. We was out there. You came out there. You were doing your thing. I was like, yo, man, I ain't even know they goddamn yellow bones out there in the motherland, man. I was like, yo, this kid better be funny, man, but I ain't gonna lie. You came out there, you was keeping it coming, keeping it moving, you was just beasting. I was like, all right, man, maybe this kid is the truth, yeah? This kid was doing his thing, he was keeping it out there. I started laughing, my girl was killing herself. I was like, all right, this mofo got flow for show, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, I don't. But I love it. It's the most amazing use of English I've ever come across in my life. Just that one word alone. Just the strength of that. Nah, mean. Do you know what I mean? You nah, mean. It sums it all up, doesn't it? It's just, neither question nor statement. It's just, like, why have we been wasting our time with syllables for so long? I don't understand. It was a crazy day today. You know what I mean? Yo, that shit was crazy. You nah, mean. It just flows. It's magical. It says it all. I feel like I've wasted years of my life without nah mean. I wish I could go back in time and relive my favorite moments, watch my favorite movies again, seeing them bring to life. This is Sparta! Nah mean! Power. Hey there, thanks for watching. Now, all I need you to do is click on that little circle on your screen. Yeah, that one. Oh, yeah, just like that. Hold on. Yeah, click. Nice. I just got back from Atlanta. It was 107 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot as well. The worst thing is everyone comes up to me and they go, well, you must be used to this being from Africa. And no, I'm not. I'm from Africa, but that shit is hot. That was just, no. I was scared to go jogging because I thought if I ran out in the streets and fainted, wouldn't the local news love that? I'd be running and I'd fall down in the heat. They would have their vans reporting live. They'd be standing there going, so hot in Atlanta, even Africans are fainting. So I'm enjoying this. Really happy to be here, This is going to be good for us, I hope. I say I hope because I never know with stand-up comedy. It's just... it's an awkward experience, I find. I'm always nervous. I find comedy is very similar to sex for me. Well, it's exactly like sex when you think about it. With me, the comedian, playing the role of the man, and you, the audience, the role of the woman. Because it's my job to satisfy you. And you just have to sit there. And then, just like sex, my success or failure will somehow be determined by how much noise you make during my performance. Which makes it a one-sided affair, I feel, you know? I mean, maybe you're the quiet type. I hope we have magic tonight. I hope we create something wonderful. I mean, for many of us, it's our first time together, and that means it might be awkward. I understand this. And if that's the case, I want you to know that I'll look into your eyes, I'll see that I'm freaking you out, and I'll stop. I'll stop, and I'll flip you back over, and we'll go back to the simple stuff. Okay? I've been in America for a few months now, and I'm really just thrown by the place. It's not what I expected at all. Different from the brochures and the pamphlets. There's many assumptions I had about America before I came here, and I've come to learn that those were wrong. For one, I just assumed people spoke English here. It's far from it. It's not, you know what, it's not so much the language, so much as the pronunciation of words that throws me off. It's just what Americans have done with the language. You guys have just, wow, you've done something. You've put 22s on the English language. You've got rims that says, pimp my language. That's what you've gone with, you know? I don't understand. I was chatting to this woman downtown the other day. She came up to me and she wanted me to see something. I don't know what though. She was like, oh my God, look over there. I said, look over what? She's like, over there. Look at that her. And I said, her? She's like, no, her. There's two of them? I understand nothing. Even the small words, just the pronunciation. You know, small things that get you by. For instance, I pronounce the opposites of uncle as aunt. I say my aunt. Out here you say my aunt, which to me is an insect, which made me look like an ass when my friend told me his aunt died. And I was like, so what? There's tons of those out there. What a great way to end a friendship. I couldn't get help the other day when searching for a battery for my remote control, because that's what I say, battery, a small form of power. Yes, in America, you say battery, which to me is a different form of power. Sponsored by Chris Brown. And you know what, I understand. We live on different sides of the globe, so it's fine. The language will evolve. This is something I've come to understand. But I hope I change one thing in your hearts forever. Just one thing. And that is that animal in the wild that looks like a horse. It has black and white stripes. Yeah, do me a favor. From now on, please, it's not zebra, okay? It's zebra. Yeah? Just like it's not Debra, it's Deborah. Same structure of word. Plus, you cannot name them because you do not have them. Zebra. This is madness. Everything out here is different. Do you know how hard it is to learn when you come out here? You have to change everything. There's the measurement system, which is just, I mean, America, you guys have your own thing, the imperial system, you know? On my side of the world, we use the metric system, and by my side, I mean the rest of the world, you know? We have the metric system, which is, amongst other things, very efficient. It's a very simple process. You know, everything goes into each other. And out here you have imperial, which is fine. I mean, I won't judge you. If you want to be imaginary, that's up to you. But I just feel like there's some consistency that's needed. Small things. Like, for instance, when we abbreviate our small measurement, milligrams, we use mg, milligrams. Mg, milligrams. And you guys have ounces, which you then abbreviate OZ. There's no Z in the word, ounces. I don't know. That's pale in comparison to what you've done with pounds. That for me, please explain to me how the abbreviation for pounds became LBS. LB, pounds. I look like the idiot walking into the store going, could I please have the 2 labs bag of sugar? Guy was like, you mean pounds? I said, I don't see the P. No, I don't. He said, well, it means pounds. It's not LBS. A lot of bullshit. That's what it stands for. This is horrible. In fact, it's crazy. You do realize the imperial system is so inefficient that even American drug dealers have switched over to metric. Even drug dealers got to the point where they said, we need some order, we're going with metric. And I honestly thought this was an anomaly. I thought, you know what, this is just one of those things, it's a coincidence, but it's not. Americans do not care about abbreviation nor the English language. They don't give a damn. I learned this in the small things. Like for instance, when I was in Tennessee, I stumbled on an organization known as the Ku Klux Klan. You heard of them? Worst magic show ever. Guy gave me a pamphlet, he was like, come and see the Grand Wizard. Grand Wizard, the Grand Wizard. Didn't do one trick. Not even one trick. I mean, I noticed a few black people disappear, but I mean, that's not magic. No, that's just Reaganomics. I wasn't impressed by that. Like, where's the magic? I sat there forever. These guys running around in their sheets. Yeah! The KKK, as they're affectionately known. Has nobody bothered to tell them ever that you do not spell clan with a K? Nobody stopped. Even in America, Klan is spelt with a C. The Ku Klux Klan, they're the KKC, not the KKK. You realize that? Ku Klux Klan. The C. In fact, the name is wrong. The whole thing, the Ku Klux parts of it. That's just horrible because they got that, as you know, from ancient Greece. It was Kuklos Alphion, meaning a circle of brothers. And that's how they got their name. They call themselves a Greek circle of brothers, which is wrong for two reasons. One, if your sole purpose as an organization is to hate black people, don't you find it strange that you've now named yourself the Circle of Brothers? And secondly, do they realize that in ancient Greece, circles of brothers were doing very different things with one another? Very loving, very, yeah. If they were really a Greek circle, the sheets would be a bit higher up, just more of a, yeah, maybe one more hole. They're not a...
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can win cool prizes. And by prizes, I mean surprise. There's no prizes. It's a free YouTube video, you greedy. Just click the video, man. Why you want free things on free things?